The little boy has an IQ of 180. He is taking the most difficult exam in the world. If he can pass the exam, not only does he get into the best schools in the world, and he also can get a full scholarship, but that's 1 in 10,000. The first hurdle of the exam is the intelligence test. Everyone in the exam room racked their brains. After they answered all the questions, the invigilator will mark the exam papers in the room and announce the passing student list.
Reynard Muldoon!
It was unbelievable to everyone. Rennie was the only one student to pass the whole exam. Soon it will be the second round. Examination rules. Only one pencil can be brought into the exam room. 5 minutes before the exam, a girl accidentally dropped her pencil down the drain. When people see her, they avoid her. When Rennie was passing her saw the scene, he just said nothing, cut off his pencil, and gave her half of it. Then they entered the examination room without incident. But this round of exam is more severe. To be qualified, student must answer all the questions correctly. The invigilator teacher said 8 words solemnly. Take a hard look at the problem, front and back. When students opened the exam paper, they all chalked. These questions are all professorial. The students began to be anxious. Some even just gave up. However, the girl finished the answer at first. She dropped a note for Rennie before she left. She's paying him back, but Rennie didn't even think about it. Just kick it away. He thumbed through the exam papers, repeating the teacher's words in his mind. Soon he found out. This round is not about knowledge test. It is the ability of observation and thinking. All the answers to all the questions can be found on the exam papers. He ran against time after discovering the pattern. Finally completed all the questions, and this round of tests, still, only Rennie got through. The top exam in the world. There were only 5 students left. They're all 1 in a million geniuses. Under the leadership of the invigilator, they came to a room covered with black and white tiles. If they want to pass the exam, they need to be able to walk across the room without stepping on the square shape. The little girl looked disdainfully put to the test. She looked around her, then gave her answer given with confidence.
Is no.
But it's a shame, the girl was eliminated. The good thing is that the remaining 4 students didn't disappoint. They used their brains, and they gave their own answers. Kate pulled out the rope. She relies on her special skills to walk. The high wire successfully crossed the border. This tall boy has an amazing bounce. He used his jump ability to cross to pass the exam. For this boy, he moved forward with his knees and elbows on the floor. Because of the teacher said can't step on it but not mean can't climb. But the genius of Rennie used the formula to calculate the exact and walked right over there. The other 3 were shocked. Rennie explained calmly. The rule said not to step on the square, but a few calculations show that the length and width of all the tiles are different, so they're not square. The examiner was so satisfied. Then the invigilator took them to the next examination room. Through the dark sewers, they arrived at an estate. It doesn't look like a school at all. The girl who had lost the pencil before showed up here. She turned out to be an examiner. It turns out that girl used to throw pencils away. Tested each one of them. This made several of them afraid for a while. The final round of the exam is to get out of the maze and climb the stairs in 5 minutes. The first 3 students to ring the bell are qualified. After the exam begins, Rennie was the first to find the wall marker. He can find several arrow marks within a few steps, but there seems to be no pattern. And that's when Rennie thought of the examiner's prompt. He closed his eyes and reached for it. It was Braille. Kate has always taken an unusual path. She's going another way. She used the wrench she carried with her to pry open the ventilation duct. Climbed in without a hitch. This little boy took the classical solution. Trial and error. If this road is impassable, he will take the other one. He has a photographic memory. He just needs to remember all the routes. Then he can get out from maze. All the 3 students are struggling to answer the questions, but the tall boy looks like found a shortcut. He followed the little boy get out of the maze. At the critical moment on the stairs, he just knocked the little boy out of the way, so the tall boy overtook him in a flash. Get there first. Rennie heard the noise and soon came to the top of the stairs. He stopped his step.
Are you okay?
Just then the bell rang. Only the last 15 seconds left. Rennie didn't say anything. Pick up the boy and climb up the attic. The teacher said that only the tall boy would ring the bell within the time limited, although Kate arrived on time, but she refused to ring the bell.
I thought I'd wait to ring it with you 2.
The 3 looked at each other and smiled to ring the bells together. Then the invigilator announced the results of the exam. Finally the tall boy is out. He's confused. He thought the first 3 bells were qualified. How he was eliminated from the competition. It turns out this round of exams, it's to test of their solidarity, love, and mutual help. In the end, the 3 of them passed the exam successfully, and it's not the best schools waiting for them. There's also no such thing as a scholarship. They followed the invigilator to see the boss behind the scenes. After talk, there's another little girl came in. This little girl was very delicate and lampooning them as silly boy. The 3 of them were very upset to hear about it, until they calmed down. The boss said slowly, "You're going to be junior agents next, to execute a plan to save the world. The man behind it is hidden in the island's mystery institute. They need to sneak in and find out who's behind this, then stop their plot. What is this all about? What is the organization of the Club of Genius doing?" That's all for today.